so I'm back. It's my third video this morning. Then I would talk about, not the fact that I got even more ripped and lean and even more cut and more of the business, traveling in Asia and all that kind of stuff. I just mentioned it the last couple of videos, so if you're going like, wow, she looks a lot smaller, she's more like, yes, because keto worked really, really well. So you could kind of say that my body was on a 1 month intermittent fasting regimen, and it leaned me up like a mother sucker. It did. But I don't want to be this lean. I know this just not me. I like a little bit more meat on me, a little bit more craftiness. But I digress. I'll be getting crafty couple weeks. But here we go. So I get compared to particular people on the internet. I'm not saying because I really don't want to stir up the controversy because I don't really give a shit. But I really want to just explain to people that my genetics and what I do with my keto adaptation is different than what other people do. People eat other diets, right? They don't eat meat. Awesome for you. I mean, absolutely fantabulous. That's your business. And I don't care what your business is. I care about what my business is. And if people care about my business and they're confused, I want to just explain it. So my other video, I was talking about my mom going through a glioblastoma. It's really, and she's still alive, she survived a terminal brain cancer tumor. Yeah, no chance of survival, she's still alive. So you can kind of say I'm kind of highly motivated. This is what I do. This is what I do, and I will always do it. And I always will be talking about it. So if it starts getting old for you, there's other diets you can do. But this is where I'm going to be sitting my ass for a long time. So, with that said, don't compare me, because that's not me. Somebody said, oh, well, I like her body better because, you know, she's like, she doesn't have the big chunky abs. I'm like, big chunky abs? Really? Come on now. You're all bulky. Really? I'm bulky? I'm like yay tall. And in person, I'm very petite. So the video is very subjective on how I look. But you know what else? I'm almost 50. You know, I'm not in my early 30s. Yo, I'm almost 50. I've shown this in past videos, a bunch of knee surgeries. Because what? I used to be a pro skateboarder on vert ramps, you know. Vert ramps. And I ganked my knee. It was terrible what I did to my knee. So for me to create this body, in about 2 weeks even more freaking crafty, for me to create this body at this age without doing a lick of cardio is the reason why I talk about it all the time. That's my motivation. My mom and myself. That's the motivation. That's all I need. So don't compare you to anyone else. Don't compare you to me, because it's about epigenetics. What you can do to your DNA in one lifetime. So in the past video, I talked about advanced glycation end product. If you are able to preserve your DNA and the telomeres at the end of that DNA string, then you can also have the business. You can also have the business at any age. So don't compare me to this other girl. She's not me. She's who she is, and I'm all natural me. This is all me. With great health. Yeah? And people who choose to listen, I'm not saying that this is the best way. I'm just saying this is the way that a lot of people with autoimmune disorder, I don't really want to say this is the way. But if you don't believe it, it's not going to work. If you stress it's not going to work, then it can't work for you. That's why some people are, oh, you know, carbs aren't bad. Yes, they are. All carbs over 5 grams, the body has a hard time to clear out. So the last video was insulin has to match the amount of glucose that you consume. If you don't, over time, you can develop insulin resistance and your glucagon and the opposing insulin may not work. And if you already have metabolic derangement or type 1 or 2 diabetes, then carbs are fracked up. Yes, they are fracked up. And learning how to become fat adapted may be the only way to fix your derangement. Yes, processed carbohydrates are not good for you, for anybody. Yes, we produce amylase in our saliva. Yes, we are designed to break down glucose. We are. And we could go and take a pile of honey and stick it in our mouth, and we're able to metabolize that. But what we are not able to do is constantly and chronically have to break down oversimplified carbohydrates that are processed every day with those surges of glucose through the system and your body having to match it with insulin. That is not natural to anyone. And if you look around the stratosphere, you can see inflammation on the face of people who have a lifetime of this affectation, this reaction. So that's it, you guys. If you want to try other diets, I'm like, beware. Do your research, do your due diligence. If you're going to do something like the HCG diet, if you're going to be vegan, if you're going to be vegetarian, if you're going to do raw, if you're going to do all these cleanses and colonics or keto, I don't care what the freaking diet is. Number one, stop comparing me to this other female, because she's her own reality. That's her own reality. She believes in her own reality, and her own reality works for her. My reality works for me, because the mind is what? It's connected to the body. The mind is a reflection of your body. Your age is also a reflection of your body, depending on how well you take care of it and how well you do not take care of it. That's what it is about. So I'm just here, just doing a little rant. And I want people to understand, like, you know, these concepts of, oh, protein will give you... People eat more protein on a normal diet than they do on keto. Keto is actually quite moderate to low because your body can only metabolize and use a certain percentage of macros coming from protein for muscle repair anyway. You know, you need fat because your body's made out of fat. It's not made out of carbohydrates. It's not even 1 gram of carbs. And the storage capacity for carbs is how much? Little itty bitty teeny weeny. And that is why you have to eat carbs every 2 hours, or else you're on the floor hypoglycemic, shaking without eating something. But we got a lot of storage, because even though I'm pretty lean right now, we have a lot of storage space for fat. I can store hundreds of thousands of calories on this frame of fat to survive if I wanted to. But it doesn't matter how big or small, I'm still going to store carbs. And then I have to eat carbs every day. Then my blood glucose shoots too high. And then my body starts to glycate. And then I've got to match it with insulin. And when my glucagon doesn't start working, my leptin doesn't start. It stops working. I become leptin resistant. And then my serotonin becomes downregulated as my dopamine receptors are damaged. And I develop inverted cortisol. Same shit. Which ultimately affects your adrenal glands. Holy moly. So don't compare me to this other YouTubers, because we're completely different, and I'm almost 50 and they're not. Don't compare me to them. And I'm not doing any contest prep, and I'm not doing any dieting, and I don't do any cardio because I can't. Pro skater, 10 surgeries on the left knee. Okay, guys, I'm so happy to be back in the US. We're so lucky. I feel rich with experience. I feel wealthy. I feel healthy. I feel wealthy. I feel smart. I feel spry. I feel awake. I've got energy. I feel good. That's what it's about, guys. And for the people, because, you know, I'm getting a lot of this BS. Like, you know, this is me. why are you watching the video if you don't like it? How much sense does that make? You got adrenal issues. You put yourself in harmony. As goofy as I act, it makes me feel good. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to please me. And if I'm happy and people are attracted to that happiness with that law of attraction, awesome sauce. Because you know what? Your body is a representation of your mind. You may not like the way I act, but you cannot deny the freaking business. You can't deny it. You can bitch all you want about Steffi, but you cannot deny the age with the body. Ever. Talk all you want, but you can't deny it. People are like, what supplements are you on? I'm like, vitamin C, naturally buffered, high quality multivitamin, a ton of fat, some like healthy animals. That's it. Get my creatine from some red grass-fed meat. That's how I was able to build, yo. All right, enough babbling. I'm just stoked to be back. I had a very good lesson. Some people make $1 a day, and some of the places that I went to. I come back here. It's very easy to live in the U.S. Even when I speak to people who are economically sound in countries like Australia or South Africa, or even Europe, I still don't have the bountiful and plentiful things that I can buy at a store down the street. So I want to leave this video with a little bit of, the reason why I got into ketosis so well is because I will do whatever it takes to remain Steph, to not turn into the cyborg of depression and falling apart, aging. My ear falls off as I'm walking down the street one day. My skin turns into snake skin. It's like, I feel like I've got stuff to do. And when people say the age is just a number, it's not if you have your reproductive system and your adrenal glands not working properly, because feeling exhausted makes you age. If you're tired all the time, then you age. So like I said in the first part of this video, I wasn't like this all the time. I suffered the same low glycemic, low energy type of reality where you're just staring off into nowhere land and you can't focus because you're having brain fog. So me, myself, this is all what the transformation of my body when I turned 40 and started to be more healthy. And then when I found ketogenesis, that's when things started taking off. But the reason why they take off is because I'll do whatever it takes to remain who I am, which is happy, because I'm happy and sarcastic. You have to learn how to detox. The trip to Asia was about detoxing. I went by myself. People are like, are you by yourself? I'm like, yes. I need to cleanse and free the mind, and I want to see, and I don't want to be distracted because I'm talking to someone else. I want to see everything, and I want to come back home and appreciate what I have. I look at things different. They don't matter. It only matters that I love myself, and I can love other people. And that's it. So if you want to learn more how to get into ketosis, and that creates ketones. That thinking creates ketones. And somebody said that I didn't believe in food addictions. No, food addictions are real. They're a real thing. And it's a chemical imbalance, and it needs to be fixed yesterday because a lot of you guys have it. And cyclic ketosis drives food addictions. Whole nother story about dopamine and serotonin. So if you want to learn more, go to StephaniePerson.com, Stephanie Person Business on my Facebook fan page, or Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram. Peace out, guys. More videos to come. Hold up.